Let's now speak to Richard Kumadoe. He's a fraud prevention expert and a security consultant on these developing instances concerning the electricity company of Ghana. Mr. Kumadoe, thank you. Do you think the security agencies will get to the bottom of these investigations, particularly so because we don't know the real individuals who sold the cables to these Chinese companies? How far can government go, and when can we expect, results?
I agree with you perfectly. What came to my mind this morning, I wouldn't have used the word missing. I would have said cables have been stolen or containers of electricity have been stolen. And once they are stolen, they are thieves who stole it. Who are these thieves? Before we even get to know who their accomplices are. I'm only hoping that the angle the story came from and the way it is going, the accomplices who claim to have bought stolen items which belongs to the state will lead the law enforcement officers, particularly the frontliners from the National Security Secretariat, in getting to know who stole the cables, who stole the containers, and why they were sold at the various places. Other than that, we might retrieve some quantity of the elements stolen, and we wouldn't get to the bottom of it.
You an ace investigator, Mr. Kumadoe. From where you sit and from your experience, how would you rate the current investigations ongoing, and what initial steps should be taken when investigating the sudden disappearance of such materials?
I think what they have done now, because of the quantum involved or the quantity involved, their main focus now is to retrieve the containers or the quantities and as much as they can. And once that is done, then they move to the next level to ask people, where did you buy it from? Who brought it to you? What was the contact? What was the agreement? And what was the amount involved? Once they are able to do that, then they will get to the actual corporates who did that. The difficulty there is that if you do not hurry up, then the corporates, knowing that the media has picked it up, they may go underground or they may leave the jurisdiction. What I would have done, which is also part of their doing, is that we divide ourselves. Whilst we are going after the containers and whatever they might be, let's also take inventory from when the consignment arrived in Ghana, who imported it, who are the people behind it, when it was auctioned, who resold it, and pick up everybody as electricity corporation, including everybody, key management, the procurement officers, whether the board people are aware, everybody needs to be brought in. And once you pick everybody and you begin to interview them or question them, it speeds up the investigation process. And you may pick a lot more people within a very quickest possible time, rather than going after the containers before you begin to question people, where did you get it from? Because this has happened not just yesterday and not just today. Right. And it wasn't like there's so much plural security at Gapua that somebody walked in there and picked this one. These were deliberate attempts. People picked them and went and sold them. So they are thieves who are stealing a state property, and that's the way it needed to be treated.
Mr. Kumadoe, always a pleasure talking to you. Richard Kumadoe is a fraud prevention expert and a security consultant there. This is still midday on